Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to discuss today the certain kind of like a trend we're seeing with brands and people discussing um internet drama and the you versus us versus them dynamic and all that. And we talk about this a lot in the red pill because as you know, the red pill is supposed to be useful. It's supposed to be something that takes you from point A to point B. It's not to just sit here on our hands all day and talk about women bad. It's supposed to it's a solution based kind of praxology, right? We see a praxology basically. We took that term from economics, and essentially people do things for a reason, and then we use that kind of framework for the red pill. And people want to make it into an ideology. People want to make it into a religion, or they want to co-opt it or wear it as a skin suit or use it as part of their own brand, whatever. But the truth is, the rental is always going to be a praxology. It's just going to be a strategy to help you get from point A to point B. Has nothing to do with changing anything outside of yourself. Um, and this is where a lot of people lose the plot. A lot of people want to have nice things in their life, like women, money, job, family, whatever, all those nice things, right? But a lot of people also want other people to deliver those things, and they don't even know it. That's the crazy part. They believe that the more people that see the world the way they do, the closer they're going to be to these goals. And as you know, that doesn't work because a lot of people probably believe what you believe, but that doesn't change the fact that you have to go out and get it yourself. Also, just because someone believes what you believe doesn't mean they want what you want. Um, but the truth is here that you are alone in what you want, which is good. I don't want everyone to get what I want because then life would be boring. You are alone in how to get that. Like no one is going to remember. No one is here to get recruited by you to do what they want. Even people that say they are, because they're not willing to. They're not going to put their neck out to get what you want. Besides giving you money, and you're not going to put your neck out to get what other people want. Everyone is here for themselves. The thing is that we're kind of recruiting people to our own thinking because we think it's going to get us closer to our goals and to life, the way life's supposed to be. But the truth is that's not how it works. And this is going to be evident over and over again. People are going to spend years, if not months, years, even a decade, kind of wondering like, hey, I've been supporting this political party, or I've been supporting this person, or I've been supporting this podcast, I've been supporting this, but nothing changes in their own lives. And we don't have time for that. You only have one life to live, and people outside people outside of you are not necessarily have your best interest at heart. You have your own best interest at heart. You are alone in what you want. No one cares about you more than you, hopefully. So we have this we have this problem now where there are several problems with America and the dating scene. And one of them is America's obsessed with race. America's obsessed with political ideology, things that really don't affect your dating life as much as everyone wants you to believe. What affects your dating life the most is obesity, societally speaking. If there's not enough attractive women, then that's going to skew the dating market a little bit, right? It means that attractive women are going to be worshipped so highly and treated so special, and unattractive women are going to be spiteful and mean. And, as you can see with the T app and all that stuff. So when it comes down to it, guys, that's really it. It's just the obesity. I know I don't want to Occam's razor everything in life, but there's just not enough attractive women here in America. There's just not enough. Um, I joked around with a couple of fellow streamers, and I said, like I paid a lot of money to be around attractive. There is a attractive people tax or a fat tax, whatever, where you have to pay lots of money in rent in order for you to be around other attractive people. and it worked. If my neighborhood is full of attractive women. I went to celebrate a couple of my finance bros' birthdays, and the women there look like models. Pretty women, very very nice, very very polite, um, and fun to hang out with, right? But that takes a lot of money and time for a man to put himself around other attractive people. And why is that? It's because the majority of this country is just we're overweight, we're unattractive, and we want this problem to be solved, right? So whenever we see like Sydney Sweeney um pose for an ad that's it's not it's almost goofy how sexualized it is. Whether it be the bathtub, whether it be her just walking her and her tits jiggling, or whether her putting on jeans, it's comical. It's very performative sexuality. Um, Guys rally behind that, and a lot of women don't because we could say it's a political thing. We could talk about Austrian painter stuff, but the truth is that men think that if we celebrate something, it will come to them. It will solve the problem. Um, and even some of the smartest, most successful men on earth don't get this because even Elon said, "Oh, thanks to this, we're ending woke culture." I'm like, "What woke culture? My gains are still woke. Women are still overweight and don't like me that much, right? Um, my video games are woke. I can't say whatever I want at work without being in trouble, right? Um, the world, this country always will be woke, and that is just the way it's going to be until the inventory of men decreases and women see it, decide that their survival strategy is going to be letting men run things. Then we're stuck here, guys. Like it is what it is. So um, there is no body positivity movement. There is a brief what's law movement. There is women will do what's best for them all the time. It doesn't matter. Women are not on your side, guys. Women are on team women. There always will be. There is no we. There is no us. Women are not on your side. The only that are on your side, maybe, are women that you're sleeping with, that may or and not even them, right? How many of us have slept with liberal women, right? That if they find out our politics, they'd be appalled and never speak to us again, right? There is no us versus we, right? Sydney Sweeney, no matter how much you support her, she's just gonna sleep on a pile of your money while you're still unattractive, you're still struggling to get what you want out of life, and you're still wondering when someone's gonna fix all this. There is no us, there is no them. There is you, and they don't even care that you exist. You're just in the way. And the faster you realize this, the faster you realize like this is all for dumb people to feel validated in their, problems, their victim complex and all that stuff. Listen, I wanted to make a better life for myself. So I went out there and got it. It was a lot of hard work, but I went out and got it. Have people try to take it away? Yes. There have been women that decided, "Hey, I want to be in your life." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. What do you have?" And this is an implicit conversation. This isn't a direct back and forth, but this is something that men and women kind of behind the scenes through their actions kind of try to communicate to each other. "Hey, I want to be a part of your life." "Okay, cool. What do you have to offer?" "Well, I can have sex with you." I'm like, "Okay, but I can get that outside for much less." And well, I can exist. And I'm like, okay, cool. Not enough. Sorry. Like existing, like you have a problem with thinking that I need your existence around me to survive. I don't need you since in the 70s or 60s. I am good. So you need to provide something that most women hate to provide. And that's just being likable, pleasant, and on your program. And that's literally the last thing. Women would rather suck the fat out of their stomachs, get nose jobs, lip lip fillers, BBLs, instead of just being likable, just being pleasant, right? And that's how hard women are railing against um, trying to doing like the one thing that men want, and that's just being likable. So, yeah. Um, so wokeness until I get to say something crazy at work and not get fired, and all I get is a reprimand and not get fired, then wokeness is here to stay, guys. So don't think just because some derpy actress, derpy, almost astroturfed actress, um, puts on her jeans slowly, almost showing her vaginal area, that you're somehow off the hook. You're not off the hook. Your burden of performance will never go away. And out of all people, people really think Sydney Sweeney's the one to absolve them of the burden of performance. You still have to move to a city where women, you still have to shuck and jive, what I call it. Like you still have to figure out, okay, I am a 24-year-old man. I just finished college. I have choices where I can move. If I move to Miami, I'm not going to get as much play. If I move to LA, I'm going to be broke and I'm not going to get much play. How about Austin? How about Dallas? How about Charleston, South Carolina? Wherever you have to go. What about Nashville? Well, Nashville's becoming a red ocean for guys too, but wherever you have to go. What about Memphis? Wherever you have to go, Milwaukee, Denver. These are the things that men that have made their reproductive problem and their happiness their own problem think. They don't think, if we rally behind this person or if we crush this person, then things will get better. You guys think woke culture will go away if Joey Swole doubles down? No. You think woke culture will go away if Sydney Sweeney puts on a jean jacket, a denim jacket? No. It's here to stay. It's all marketing. And the faster you realize that, the more you can shift from a victim mindset to an active kind of, you play an active role in your own life, in your own decisions. So you say, okay, these are the chips. At work, I can't say this and I can't do that and I can't piss off this person. Dems the rules. You can complain about it all you want, but dems the rules. Those are the rules. When I talk to women, I cannot just morality and logic my way into pussy. I need to like be charming. I need to look good. Not all of us were blessed with perfect looks, so that means you're gonna have to like maximize in other areas, get a good haircut. Meaning that, what is a good haircut? Okay, well, research. You have endless information on the internet about what kind of haircut suits you. Or you can go to a professional and be like, hey, I'm trying to look better. What do you recommend? Like, don't go to these yee like $30 haircut uh um barbershops. Go to a professional, a stylist, and be like, hey, help me out here. Right? That's what guys that give a shit do. And then you're like, okay, my clothes, like maybe wearing a Captain America shirt isn't the best thing to wear when I'm out in social circles with attractive women. Maybe it's time for me to like actually do some research. And you see it becomes this divide in between men that are focused on action and men that are waiting for someone to save them. And I'm telling you, there's nothing sillier for us men that have figured it out and put their best foot forward than to see men quit because of one rejection, because of one political party isn't in power, because of this is and that. Um, no matter what happens, guys, after a certain age, you will always feel like you can figure it out, no matter what happened. Now, like if a meteor hits the Earth, maybe you're gonna die. It's not your problem, or China attacks or something. Who the hell knows? But for the most part, you will always figure it out. You figured it out in the past, you figured it out now. There have been times in my life where I'm like, I'm never gonna find love again. I'm never gonna find a girl again, or I'm never gonna find another job like this again, or I'm never gonna have this type of relationship or this friend or this. And guess what? It always happens. Usually not on my timeline, but it just happens again. There have been times in my life where I really thought, hey, I'm getting old. I'm never gonna get the same attention from women. But now that I'm 36, I've never gotten more attention in my life. Like, it's pretty ridiculous, and I don't even go out that much. I just walk my dog and then go dance once a week. But the truth is, guys, that there's only two there's only two excuse me, arguments. There's arguments for action and inaction. And getting behind attractive people who are rich and famous, thinking that they're on your side, they're team you, is an argument for inaction. It's letting them do the heavy lifting for you, when in reality, you have to go talk to a girl and you have to spin plates and you have to wear nice clothes and you have to bench press and do rows to get your body right, and you have to ask for a promotion, you have to be assertive, you have to tell women no, you have to all this, it's on you. How ridiculous is it that men don't wanna do the work? They're lazy. That's why I don't feel bad when I take other men's women because they just didn't put in the work that I did. And when I say work, I don't mean being clouded or having lots of money. I mean work like the real work, like accepting rejection, uh, working on myself, thinking that getting over the fact that I don't own women and she's not mine is just my turn. That's the real work. Like obviously you're gonna make money if you're not dumb and you you're gonna make money. That's gonna come. As long as you don't have you live below your means to an extent, and you have a job that has opportunities for growth, and you just show up every day, and you do enough to get noticed, but not too much or not too little, then you're gonna be fine. You're always gonna be promoted. There's always gonna be an extra $6,000 raise here and there. There's always gonna be a bonus here. There's always gonna be an opportunity for a better like, you're gonna be fine. Like, I'm telling you at 36, it's just I stress, I'm like, "Man, I could be doing better," but the reality is, like, there's always there I could, but there's a pay there is no solutions, there's only trade-offs. So and that's why I picked the one of the reasons I picked the thumbnail for this, I don't know if you guys you notice, it's the Japanese girl who also everyone's pitting her against Sydney Sweeney, whatever, the blonde cashier or something. And the truth is, guys, that um, there's so much problems with how we enter dating and what we think about dating. And I think one of the big ones is race. We're so obsessed with either the Oxford study or this rate of this. And the thing is, for example, guys that don't do talk. It's simple as that. I don't want to Occam's razor you guys again, but um those who don't do just talk. There's a man in the arena and people that criticize the man in the arena and or people that cheer him on. That's it. That's the only three people. And when it comes to like I don't know, maybe it's an American thing. But when it comes to America, we're so obsessed with race and we're so obsessed with classifying people and social class and all that stuff that we tend to shape our inexperienced people or people that have no business talking about red pill or dating or anything like that. They shape they have to figure they have to use something in order to enter the conversation and sound intelligent. And trust me, guys, it's not experience. You know, it's not thinking philosophically. It's not like, hey, am I seeing this through my own ego? No, it's that it's stats, it's racial tension, it's social class and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, like, there's just 2 worlds here. There's attractive people and not, and the T app proved it. How many times do we have to do this? Like, I'm not saying every guy in this country that's, jacked and tan is also good at game. Maybe those guys struggle with women, that's why they have to delve deep into the depths of Mordor and get one of those goblins. But, um, for for the most part, guys, like, we want to these things to be true because they solve the dating problem and we can like move on. But the truth is there's only one way, and that's being the man in the arena. So there's there's nothing there but experience. And that's really what you have on them. I have experience and no amount of studies, like the 40% of the 26% of women that are this actually prefer 13% of the men that are 2 inches above this threshold. I'm like, how does that help anyone? Right? Have you guys seen a Mac and Murphy video or or a post or a date psych just turned out to be a weirdo? Have you seen this post of these men? They just it's all like these like none of that's helpful. How does that helpful? And then women join the conversation is like, well, what stats did you get that from? And the meme of like, oh, I just it's my opinion or I just dreamt it. I'm like, no, You don't have the testosterone of a man. You don't have the burden of performance of a man. You don't have the strength of a man. You don't have any of that. So how would you know how it's like to sit in front of a girl and be afraid to say the wrong thing after you spent 70, $80 on drinks? How do you know that? You don't. You've never experienced that. It's something so alien to you that um, you can't uh, you can't even fathom it. And then the argument is like, well, you haven't. I'm married and you're not, or I have a boyfriend and you don't, or whatever. And I'm like, what does that have to do with dating? What did you do to get your boyfriend? They don't know. They don't have a step by step. You could talk to a guy and he'll tell you, yeah, we met here and I did this and I bought her this and I was scared to do this and then I did this and I dumped my other plate. A guy will, even if it's going to be painted through the lens of his own ego, he's going to give you at least a playbook or a play-by-play, unreliably so, but it's going to be a play-by-play. Women are just like, I just loved in communication. And I'm like, that doesn't help us because those are abstract things. So yeah, can catch up on some of these chats. Yeah, BBC, Oxford study, GBW. I'm not gonna say that word because I don't want to get canceled. But yeah, and here's like, yes, there's Oxford study, and yes, guys, I see the trend. I don't see it much in Dallas, but I see the trend, like in other cities, and it, the trends are trends, right? You could see it, but the truth is, guys, that you're mean to tell me that me after hooking up with several, if not half my dating life, if not like 40%, 30% have been Asian women and not unattractive, like cute, attractive Asian women. Um, you mean to tell me that I'm supposed to guide my life by some study made that I don't even know how they even made it? Like I'm supposed to, that's my guide. Like, oh, I'm brown. I shouldn't talk to this Asian girl. It's not worth it because the Oxford study says she prefers a white guy. Or you could just introduce yourself. And that's what I'm trying to get away from. There there is there is no one telling you why would you let the internet or some doctor who hasn't approached a woman in 10 years or some crazy feminist liberal chick decide your dating destiny or your destiny in general? That's the most anti-masculine thing. If I see an Asian woman and I'm single and she's attractive and and I'm in the appropriate place, I will say hello somehow, and that's it. There isn't. I'm not going to check. Hey, the Oxford study. Oh man, things are stacked against me. Is it even worth it? Right. Um, so there's that. Um, well, I'm glad I could give it to you, friend. Exactly. You're really about to let a graph determine who you sleep with. It's pathetic. It's the most anti-masculine thing ever. And that's what they do. And that's when women argue against the red pill, it's always like an IQ thing and a race thing. Like, oh, you're just a Dominican or you have an IQ because they look up the average IQ of Dominican men or whatever. Cool. Like Dominican Republic isn't even big enough a country to matter in the world, right? We're not even that big. Like I love my Dominican people, but I don't know what this hyperfixation on us whenever I say something in some harpy in on the timeline. It's like, well, you're just a dirty Dominican or you're just low IQ. And I'm like, well, turns out that it doesn't matter. Uh, the IQ cells, they're always talking about intelligence and what they are, but they never talk about what they've done. You see the difference? Like, let's say I really was dumb. Somehow, though, I have slept with 99% women not my race. How did I do it? Didn't that take some kind of intelligence? Somehow I've never gotten an STD. Somehow I never gotten a girl pregnant or even had a pregnancy scare. Somehow I live in a nice area in Dallas and I think the dumbest thing I've done was like fall off a ladder. That was on me. That was kind of dumb. But other than that, that's the first broken bone, serious injury I've gotten since I don't even know when. I don't think I've ever had a serious injury. Besides, I think in college, I was in a wheelchair for like 3 days. It was for my foot. I twisted my ankle really bad. And yeah, it's as much as you think Naval is just a talker, that's true. The only real test of intelligence is what you had out of life. Yeah, it's really it. And so I ask you guys, like, Guys like date psych, the whole math, and I'm picking a lot of home math and all that stuff. So, but the whole maths of the world and those type of people, that they build their brand on intellectualism and thinking and gathering data. And the women who struggle, then you do polls. Hey, I have 10,000 followers. I'm going to do a poll and prove men wrong. Like a poll is really gonna. It's crazy. Like that is the lowest, dumbest IQ thing, low IQ thing I've ever seen is a woman doing a poll to prove a point. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So, uh, are you gonna go with some brown guy in Dallas that said, "Hey, I'm not supposed to be sleeping with Vietnamese women. I'm not supposed to be sleeping with Mexican women. Like I'm supposed to be sleeping with Dominican and maybe Puerto Rican women because, you know, studies and men like to women like to sleep with the same race and all that stuff. I'm not supposed to be sleeping with white women. Hell, I'm not supposed to be dating rich girls from upper echelons of society. Um, but how the fuck did I do it? Who would you rather listen to? Not that I'm the smartest on it, you could find someone that's probably better. Troy Francis is way better at me at game. If you guys like, he's been doing it his whole life, so he's definitely better at that stuff. But think about it like this: if you believe me, which it's kind of believable, um, why not kind of like at least ask the question, "Hey, bro, how did you do it?" And that's really what the red pill is. It isn't the brand of I'm the smartest or look at this data. It's things that work. Things that work. That's all it is. Like I'm not here to waste anyone's time. Like we gotta do things that work. And if they don't work, then we'll do something else. Treat your dating life like an engineering problem and see how fast it's fixed. And then game, treat it like an artwork, a canvas. Like you're painting a canvas. Every giggle from a girl is a really good stroke of the brush, right? And then sometimes while you're painting the canvas, even though it's incomplete, the girl's like, "Hey, I've had enough. I'm satisfied. Take me to your place." She won't tell you that directly, but it's just a lot of men, they want to they want to complete the canvas. They're like, "No, wait, I still have to paint it in, or still have to finish this part." And and that's your ego, guys. You want women to be attracted to you for you want to show them how awesome you are. But the truth is, some women already chose to sleep with you before you even notice it. And I'm willing to bet that most women that come see you on a date, they're just like, as long as he doesn't say anything crazy, it's his. As long as he doesn't say anything crazy. And that happens. Sometimes you say something dumb or stupid or corny, and she's like, damn it, why did you say that? Right? I had a friend, great guy with high intelligence, book smart, has 2 degrees, and love him to death, but could not trust him to lead us outside the wire in Afghanistan, so he was a permanent SOG. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's think of it like that. When you when women go on dates, it's not about you trying to prove to her. She's already kind of convinced, right? Think about it. She shaved her legs. She probably shaved her hoo-ha. She shaved or she canceled the call with her mom, maybe. Maybe she had plans and she canceled those. Maybe she walked her dog a little earlier. Maybe she went between two dresses for like 2 hours. Maybe she went shopping for a dress. She did all these things. And now she's gonna drive or take an Uber across 20, 30 minutes across the city to see you. And you're still not convinced that, hey, you have a chance or not. This isn't Miami, guys, where women and the thing is, it wasn't an expensive date. It was simply a drinks date. You let her know that, hey, you really wanted this, or she really wanted this because you're not. It's a low investment date, full of drinks. Anything can happen. So think of it like this. In her mind, she's saying, Hope he doesn't mess this up by saying something political, by saying something weird, talking about his ex, smelling bad, whatever, dressing inappropriately, being absolutely awkward. Just be smooth, make me laugh 1 or 2 times. give me a drink or 2, don't get me too drunk, and, um, overcome my I'm gonna give you last minute resistance, I'm gonna pull my shirt down and all that stuff, but I have to do that because I don't wanna feel like a slut, you have to understand that, and then hit the home run. Yeah, and that's it really is one of my favorite new quotes is, "She wants you to win." I mean, I got that from Forward Playboy, but sh guys, she wants you to win. You got like, don't be fooled by all these bitchy, angry women on the internet about you, and you're not good enough, you're chopped, or you're not making enough money. What those are the women that, first off, are trying to make money off you, right? Sorry, they're trying to get attention. They're trying to, uh, explain to themselves why they suck at life. But the women that really wanna be on dates will be on dates. They will go out. Trust me, I know, because I've met women like this. And it's pretty crazy that while the whole internet saying that I suck and that I'm not attractive and that I'm like a misogynist, I'm on a date with a girl and she thinks I'm awesome. She's holding my hand and, you know, we're kissing in the elevator and she says thank you. And that's when a lot of guys kind of realize like, hey, this internet stuff isn't real. Like it's no amount of data could have given you this. Only maybe men telling you, hey dude, take her to her second spot. Or hey dude, start wearing suits to a date or a blazer, you know, or hey, dude, avoid places with loud music. And it really is that. It's simple. It's just so simple, but guys need it to be complicated. And turning to science is not, you know, is not a smart thing. So shout out FWP. Yeah, shout out Forward Playboy. Yeah, and when you're out with a girl, she wants you to win. All women want you to win. They're not there to like they secretly want every date to be their last. So she wants you to win. And step one of winning is back shots, just blowing her back out, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't see any other comments. It's a great time to be loved by Sucias. Love your work. Yeah, thank you. Like everyone is trying to say, yeah, I mean, trends, right? Like when you start a trend, everyone wants to hop on it. You know, economy. You got to make money. You got to keep the lights on. Do you know how? Yeah, it's expensive. Like I wish I can. You know, I'm not gonna violate my neighbor's privacy here in this neighborhood, but if I put on a camera and I walk down the street around, let's say 6, 7 p.m., it's just beautiful women in dresses walking down, going to have a drink, going to watch a game. You know, and obviously there's ratchet people that come and kind of skew it, but that's only like they're only visiting and all that stuff. But yeah, let me see. All right. If you guys have any questions, we can do a dating Q&A and go from there. Um, but let me see if there's anything. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I don't mean to be silent. Um, all right. Oh, we got a $5 super chat. We get one of these, sir.
Thank you so much, best friend!
Nuke, which school of thought? Taught him with the $5. Nuke, which school of thought are you in terms of last minute resistance? What's worked for you? Last minute resistance. Man, this is one of the darkest, one of my darkest kind of secrets or anything. But the truth is, for me, is that I kind of go in expecting it because a lot of women aren't. Think of it like this, guys. Like a lot of you guys think that we're like bottom tier because we've been convinced by society or other men or the internet or like these harpy women on the internet saying you're not good enough, whatever. We we've been convinced we're not that awesome. But here's what you gotta understand. If you have the skills to take a woman from a date straight to her bedroom, within 2 hours, which is going to be most of you or already most of you. if you just do the basics and have a system. And if you guys want the system, let me know. Um, a girl's gonna be like, what? Like at some point, she's gonna like look around and be like, how the hell did this happen? This is going way too fast. And not only that, if you know how to touch a woman and Kino escalate correctly, I've had women back like after the day be like, "Hey, how did you do it? Like you're a freak. How did you get me to do this? I've never." Obviously, they're gonna say I've never done this, but like in terms of like, "Hey, how did why did you kiss me? Like, how did you do this? Like, that was too fast." So I expect last minute resistance because most men cannot do this, guys. I'm telling you, you guys think that we're just like the rest of us. I thought so too 3 years ago. I'm like, no, all men are like us. Like we're all figuring it out, right, guys? We're not sitting at home watching 4-hour podcasts on how everything's bad. We're all in this together. We're all fighting a good fight. No, there's like, dude, we're not all in this together. So when you do this, a woman's going to be like, "Holy shit, this never happens." Last minute resistance is going to kick in because she just cannot believe how good you are at this date, at women. So I go in expecting it. Now, how do I get over it? Um, I simply I give it two chances, right? And how I know last minute resistance, it usually last minute resistance for me can happen in multiple ways, but a woman that doesn't want to kiss you, um, and all that stuff, but she's in your apartment. Try to kiss a girl before she gets into your apartment. Like if you're riding back in an Uber or you're in the elevator, kind of like to set the tone because there's nothing weirder than a girl being in your apartment and she's dodging kisses. At least you know, hey, like this night's not going good. Now, um, there are things that women will do to kinda help you out, like, they'll ask for a drink in your own home, meaning that her inhibitions are still alive, she just wants to relax more, all that stuff, and there's things that women will kinda, like, move closer to you in your own home and all that, cool. But for me, usually, most of the last minute resistance I get is when I'm taking her shirt off, and they usually, like, kinda pull it down or they just give me a little bit of resistance, right? And that is like, "Hey, just go back to kissing her," um, and then, do the mystery thing where you kinda, like, you know, ignore her a little bit and stop touching her and see if she like starts wanting that touch again. So I do that a lot. I'll be on a date and like the women will be touching me and all that stuff, and then I move away, kind of give her a little bit of a cold shoulder, and she kind of desires that touch again. It's a mystery method thing, right? But for the most part, there are things you can do if there's heavy kissing and it's the second attempt at her, trying to go for enter like sexual, like taking her shirt off and all that stuff. Uh, One of the good ways to prime women is to kiss them on the neck, kiss them behind the ears, do a really faint grab on their hair, but like not the ends of their hair, like go behind her head and just do a little squeeze like this, just a little bit, and push her neck up a little bit like this. Dude, very, very, be very gentle here. Like you don't this isn't a hardcore porno. Just be very gentle and then kiss her on the neck softly. And guys, 10 times out of 10, you will get a soft moan from women. And when you do that, you like it just greases the wheels. It makes the path easier. So that is my secret technique is when I'm kissing a girl, kissing's fine, the tongue and all that stuff, right? How about the secret technique? Another secret technique I do is I put my hand on her neck, no choking, just do a light squeeze. When I say light squeeze, I mean incredibly light. Guys, you have to be very gentle, and do a quick squeeze and then start caressing her face while you're kissing her, right? Make it passionate, make it a little bit heated. All guys just drunkenly kiss her on dates and just slobber all over her lips. And maybe she's into that, but this is you being like a sexual maestro, like teaching her being the leader sexually. She's gonna be like, holy shit, this guy means business. And I've gotten nothing but good reviews on this, or at least women kind of like hamstring right in front of you, like, I don't know how I feel about that. It was just, don't you think it's a little bit much? I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. And just that's good. That's women in front of you trying to figure out why they liked it so much. Um, Another thing you can do is after this, you can put her hand on your neck. And women are not strong enough to do any damage, right? And you just put it around your neck and like let her squeeze you too. And she's gonna be like, holy fuck, this dude's a freak, right? Um, and then you're priming her because if you just skip steps and you go from a soft kiss to trying to take her shirt off, it's just a little weird, right? It's all about for women, it's all about escalation. Their orgasm is the same. It's about escalation, plateau, escalation, plateau, escalation, plateau until she orgasms. And the same thing with kissing. And then usually by the time you're taking her shirt off, she's just holy crap. She's she's turning over control to you because she knows how good you are touching her. She feels safe. She feels horny. You're riding that line because you're doing like putting your hand around your neck, but you're not squeezing too hard. You're gentle. You're pulling the hair very gently. You're hearing moans. That's what you want to hear. Um, and so you take off her shirt and then you start working. If she has you start sucking on her nipples. Women like that, right? But while you're sucking on nipples too, um, you know, go back and forth between her mouth and her nipples, right? Like, don't just become a dog and right all over her tits and forget that she likes when you do that, but then go back to her mouth and her neck. Like let her know that you're interested in all of her. Make her feel special because if you just, especially with women that are more well endowed, right? Women when they're more well endowed, their whole identity is they have big tits. So it's nice for women that are well endowed to have a man that's also interested in their neck, in their lips, in their cheeks, in their eyes. So give her that illusion that yes, I like your big tits, but I also like how you look, your face, your body, your smell. I know it's kind of I'm starting to sound like Pat Stedman now. It's kind of weird, right? I get it. It's kind of weird. But this is my strategy. I have a kissing strategy. And if you guys want to show on it, um, I'll do it. Matter of fact, I might do it this Sunday. A 2-hour kissing strategy show. And I'll show you everything from beginning to end how I kiss women. And right there, guys, you guys think at that point, after you've demonstrated sexual prowess, knowing how to escalate, knowing how to connect with a woman, um, that do you think that at that point she's gonna be pushing you off or anything? Some will, but at that point, she's giving you control because you're just so good at touching her. You're proving yourselves better than men, and no amount of money can teach you this, guys. You have to do it. See what I'm saying? You can be you can be a baller, and no one will, you know, and you'll be surprised at how many compliments you get. I've gotten lots of compliments on this. Obviously, it's like, "You're a freak, you're crazy." But the truth is a lot of women have bad sexual partners. Guys don't know how to fuck, women don't know how to fuck. We live in a society that doesn't know how to have sex. And when I say people sex, they think these acrobatic things in the bedroom and BDSM and ropes, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool," but, like, what makes the sex great for a woman is the everything up to that point. The sex is the finish line for women. The orgasm is just it's just the payback. I don't know how to say it, but for men, all we care about is the intercourse. Like, I gotta put my dick in there. But guys, enjoy the process, right? Enjoy the process. You have a pretty girl on your lap and her titties are out and she's moaning, right? And there's more things you can do. I mean, I obviously I could break it down. This will defeat last minute resistance. It's because a lot of times last minute resistance is you trying to jump steps in terms of escalating touch and kissing and sexual escalation or whatever. So you think you're going from kissing like for 5 minutes to just pulling out her tits. Yeah, some girls will be like, "I'm just horny. Let's go. I'm drunk. Let's go." But some women will need you to just build that tension, right? And you can even tease her. Like you could kiss her neck, and then grab one of her tits and just like slowly caress it through her shirt, and then go back to her face and neck and all that stuff. You can kiss her shoulder, right? Um, you can put her fingers in your mouth. That's super freaky. I'm sorry you guys have to hear that from me, but like women want to know that they're with a guy that's fucking disgusting. Right, and that's one of the secret reasons women like older men is because we're just more experienced with sex, right? Um, Yeah, and J double B brings up a point. Like you can do this. The push and pull. This is an extreme push and pull where you kiss her heavily and then you just go back to do it. Like just walk around your apartment and grab a drink and just look out the window and all that stuff. So, um, yeah, essentially foreplay. It's almost yeah. I was looking for the word. Okay, so I'll do a show about this. Maybe Sunday will be my show about this. But guys, this is what it is. Um, yeah, exactly. It's just push and pull. But that usually will defeat last minute resistance. Now, there is a secret dark way, and that's just whipping it out, which they talk about in the game by Neil Strauss, where I think Mystery or someone is trying to instruct Style or someone about what to do if you're in a bed with two girls and they're not being sexual with each other or something. You know, some scene I don't remember very well. It's been like a decade and a half. But from what I read, it's just whipping it out is ineffective. And have I tried it? Yes, I've whipped it out, and it's pretty effective. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of women that I don't know what I don't know. Maybe it's the audacity and stuff. I've gone from women to be like, I don't know, like kind of like not pushing me away, but just kind of squeamish, you know, like kind of like curling up a little bit. And I was like, okay, and we're in bed already, and I whip it out, and they're just like, oh, do you have a condom? And boom. They made fun of it in the show How I Met Your Mother, where it's just there's a 1 in 3 chance of you being in the living room, her walking away, and then you her coming back and you being naked that she'll sleep with you or something. There was a whole show about it. It was funny, and it's just it could work. The only thing is that you got to be careful because it's a risky move. She can go running outside of your apartment, um, and be like, "Holy shit!" Um, oh look, Seinfeld did an episode about it. There you go. So yeah, guys, and that's great question by the way, Todd. Thank you. You've unlocked one of my like hidden tomes of knowledge in my brain. So I appreciate it. That's a great question. Um, but yeah, guys, that's what we're here for. Do you think Hope Math can explain this to you guys? Do you think do you think Date Psych? Do you think Mac and Murphy can explain this? This is real work. Yeah. Hell, even Zerka. I mean, Zerka's insane. You know, Zerka's just a firebrand crazy person. I'm surprised he's in a jail or dead yet. But yeah, it's just there's guys that fuck and guys that don't, and guys that fuck kind of know their way around this. Now, um, as time goes on, um, things change a little bit. But yeah, guys, it's just I have a kissing strategy. I didn't even know I had one because I just thought it was like, oh, this is just what I do. But this is field research, and guys, it's been tested on multiple women. Not only that, just I it, I like to kiss with women sitting on my lap. It's a little uncomfortable for them because they have to curl it, like their legs are bent. So give them a break, you know. And I I spank their ass while like they're on top of me. So if they're on my lap kissing me, and I have my hand on their neck or whatever, during that you can spank. And guys, spank hard, right? Spank hard. Um, especially if you have rough hands, like spank hard. Don't hold back. Now, if she's naked, maybe don't spank with all your force, but like if she has jeans on or pants, like she's not gonna, and you're just that's what women want to see. Women do not want to spend all that effort coming out to see you and then you be this like shitty dude in bed, don't escalate or anything like that. And I've gotten a lot of compliments from women in the sack in the past, and they all think it's like my stroke game or whatever kids are calling it these days, or the positions. No, guys, it was that. It was the building up to it. They think it's like, oh, the back shots were so good, or your size, or this, whatever they think it is. It's not. It's the escalation. So escalate. Give her that. It started with the date. The minute she showed up and she smelled your cologne and she felt your rough hands, that's where it starts, guys. It doesn't start when you pull off her pants and you start touching her pussy. It does not start there. That how many times like her vagina should be wet by the time that happens. That's because the sex for her started when she met you. You see what I'm saying? Secretly, they want freak offs. Motion in the ocean. Yeah. Yeah, you have a script in a way you get yeah, and the guys, I wasn't in my mind, like, autistic, like, "Oh, no, I just" guys, like, we're men, right? But at the same time, I don't wanna get too cultural here, but Hispanic men and Hispanic women, we're known as being more passionate. And one of the things that screws white guys, or I say American guys in general, is that you guys lack passion. Let your you guys see a man moving his hips on dance line, you're like, "That's gay." You see a guy doing certain things in the bedroom, obviously, if something goes up his butt, like, yeah, that's like, let's not make no mistake. But you guys have to let go of this, like, bullshit masculinity, like, be women are expecting you to be disgusting, so be that. They are tired of all these men with no sexual experience giving them soft, shitty experiences in the bedroom, right? And the thing is, like, there have been times where I've slapped women in the bedroom, not with again, not with full force, but I've slapped women f without full force, and they may have not liked it, but then they said it was after the fact, after, maybe they've had an orgasm or 2. I sat down and they told me, "Hey, I don't know how I feel about that, about the slapping thing." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Got you. Got it." So, guys, put it down, kiss, and remember what a celebrity does or what she markets that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You see how crazy how think of now how people still think that paying or getting behind a celebrity makes it easier for you and not actually talking about this shit. You see how far off the path the average man and woman has gone? It has nothing to do with anything. And even the people that are like saying that she's attractive, they wouldn't know what to do with a woman like that. You can tell. They just go goo goo gaga. They don't know how to touch a woman. They don't know that like, hey, it's time to touch her leg or her butt cheeks. They don't. They don't know how to treat a woman. And when I say treat, I don't mean treat good. I mean treat like a woman. They don't know how to decipher what she's saying. They don't know how to even give a woman a proper orgasm. They don't know how the woman's body works. They don't know. But yet we're bad people because we know, and that's the thing, like, a lot of women secretly, they'll, in public, shit on men that talk about these things and say, "We're just weirdos, creates porn brain." But behind the scenes, this is they want this more than anything, married or not, they want a man that knows these things. They want men to just get it, and one of the ways you can show the world that you don't get it is getting behind other institutions, actresses, whatever, and thinking that has any say into your life and not you trying this shit out, succeeding or failing, and using this red pill stuff to your advantage. So yeah, they're too uptight. They're just trying to make content. They're just trying to suck money. Like I do the same. Like I made money off Sydney Sweeney. She's my sugar mama right now. So thank you, Sydney. Um, thanks you for the check in the mail. Yeah, women get turned on by male sexual guys. And lose your like. Have fun. Women are on this planet. Women were not made to take seriously. I don't care how hard you want to just look at them and be like, "Ah, you said this mean thing about men. You're serious about it." They're not. They're not serious. They're just saying things. They're not serious. Don't take seriously what the gods made for fun. Algin Roger, who said that? I forgot. But don't take seriously what the gods made for fun. Be disgusting. Have fun. Women are very underfucked. You are women's gift to this planet of underfucked women, of corny men, of men that just throw money at them. You know how miserable it must be for women and be like, "Oh, cool, I'm gonna go on this date because he just keeps throwing money at me," and they're just, and then they have sex with them, and they're just like, yeah. And then of course they're gonna go with the guy that's insane because every other guy is just so boring, bores the hell out of them, even bores them sexually. And as much as I I look back at some casual relationships and I'm like, why the fuck did that girl stay with me so long, despite having an open Tinder profile or Hinge profile, seeking other men. And I think it's because of this, because she would go on a date and she would compare her sexual experience to mine and be like, okay, this guy's great, but the way Nuke like chokes me, or the way Nuke like ignores me, or the way he does this, it's just this guy's just so good, or it's just men are uncalibrated. Maybe he was too rough, or maybe he was too this or too performative or whatever. And I feel like what makes women gives women a hard time leaving men is because men like us guys are rare. Most men have no clue. They have no idea. They're just floating around. They don't even want to date. They just want a girlfriend, and move on with their life. They don't want to do this shit. So yeah, Alan Wilson wants, yeah. So yeah, most women are depressed. They just want a good time. Yeah. So yeah. So any other questions, guys? I'm getting messages about the system. Uh, Basically, guys, for the guy that messaged me on Twitter about the system, basically, the system is you talk to, you match or you meet in public. If you meet in public, get her number and let her know during the meeting that you intend to take her on a date. Don't do it after, like, hey, nice, friendly meeting with you, ma'am. And then, like, at 10 p.m. that night, be like, hey, I saw you earlier. You want to go on a date with me? Be intentional. Like, hey, you're cute, you're pretty, blah, 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 banter. Hey, can I take you out? I got to get to know more of you. You got me. You have my attention. And boom, right? That create like women want men that are intentional, not these like weird guys that are afraid that hide behind avatars and stuff. Okay, and then same for dating apps. You set up a date, right? Cool. Try to make the date less than 48 hours from the meeting, because women have short attention spans. Go to a place that isn't loud, that is classier drinks. If you have more money, paying $10 more for drinks, you know, you're trying to stand out here. However, it has to be drinks. Coffee date is in case she's less than 21, or there's just no way you can meet for drinks, right? Coffee date is a safe backup, and even then, coffee dates are, uh, I prefer coffee dates later in the day because it's more relaxed, and also if things go well, you can just cross the street and go get drinks afterwards if things go well. After that, try to limit her drinks to 2 or 3. After that, women get a little weird. They get emotional. They cry. They feel kind of, they get stomach aches, whatever, or they become locals at the bar. So try to keep it to 2 or 3 drinks maximum. You also watch your drinking. A lot of men, when they drink, say stupid stuff or get emotional. So watch your drinking as well. When the bill comes, tip well. Don't like study the bill. Just like tip. Hopefully, it's a place you enjoy, so you tip well just because you enjoy that place and you enjoy the staff. If the night is young, take her to another place that's close by, that's even quieter, more intimate, with maybe the seating is a little closer, all that stuff. If you're hungry, you're hungry, right? Like, if you want to go grab some sushi, whatever. Like, I know, but the fact that she's already there um, with you, she came out for drinks. So if you're hungry, I don't see why hey, they want to grab a quick bite. I'm hungry, so that works too. After that, pop the question. Hey, you want to go back to my place? Give her plausible deniability. Hey, I have a dog. I have a cat. I have a piano. I have a home bar. I have a view. Whatever you have. Right after that, she walks to your place. Try to, hopefully, during all this time, you've been kino escalating, so it's not where that you're holding her hand. It's not where you have your hand on your thigh. Try to kiss on the Uber if you took an Uber. Try to kiss on the elevator. Like, try to get that, that escalation. Try to keep it going. When you're in the apartment, have a quick convo. Show her the cool stuff if you have cool stuff around your apartment. And then if you have a balcony, try to make out on the balcony. It's more romantic. It's for them. After that, do the whole escalation kino thing that I just talked about from Totem's super chat. Take her to the bedroom and get it done. There you go. That's the system. Done. So, yeah. Max Patino with the $5. You get one of these. Sir.
Check your balls.
Max Patino with the $5. I'm not admitting to anything, but there's a reason why the book 50 Shades of Grey is popular. It starts with the teasing, then yeah, like women don't want love and communication on the first date. They want to be wrecked in the bedroom. Trust me, trust me, guys. After you wreck a woman on the first night, does she ever like leave your apartment mad? Like whatever. No, they're just like they're the happiest. They're incredibly happy. All that testosterone injected inside of them, and all those orgasms. They have a great week after that. A great couple days. So do what you're supposed to do on this planet. Let other men give them money and build lives for them. Your job is to please them. And if they want to be on your program, you got to let them know, hey, this is my program. If you want me to keep being awesome for you, for the rest of my life. This is my program. Are you on it? No, I understand. I'm not for everyone. Have a nice day. I'll find another girl. So, yeah. Thanks for the $5. Yeah, they're incredibly pleasant. There's nothing more pleasant than a woman who just orgasmed. So when you see these angry women on the internet being like, men this and men I don't deserve this, and I'm like, can someone help this girl out, please? Can someone get her some help? It's almost like we need to prescribe it at this point. We don't need to prescribe SSRIs. We need to prescribe orgasms. Right? Like we really do. And that used to be a thing. When wives were hysterical or depressed, men would send them to doctors to give them an orgasm and it would work. And the only problem was is that women kept going to the doctors over and over again. So, yeah. There is nothing yeah, exactly. There's nothing more unpleasant than a woman who isn't getting it right. Yeah. And that's how you know, guys. You mean to tell me that a woman online being mean, spitting vitriol at men that she doesn't know, um, and borderline flirting with men is getting good sex in her normal life. She's getting dick down properly. No, absolutely not. She's longing for she's looking for something. And her husband or it's her man's fault, you know. So, but all right, guys. Let's do some announcements. I gotta go. I'm getting hungry and I got some errands to do and I gotta clean up my house. Is a mess. My apartment's disgusting right now. But okay. Um, first off, thank you guys for the support on Substack again. We are closing in on 8 more essays and I'll be done. And then after that, I'm gonna find an editor and we'll get that out the door. Um, closing in on 2,500 followers on YouTube. It's been a slow slog on YouTube, but I just haven't been marketing as much because I'm marketing Substack. So thank you for being here anyway. I appreciate it and all that. So I appreciate all the super chats today. Thank you for your time watching me. I know I don't plan these very well, but I just try to squeeze them in where I can. Still working on a schedule. I'm very busy this August and September, so I'm still working on a schedule to get calls in. I know a lot of you guys are asking, but I think I'm going to charge about $100 per call. I think it's going to be. I'm not going to try to be too hard pressed on time. If you need more time, I'm cool to stay on the call with you and all that stuff. No, I wanted to do a monthly coaching thing where we just I coach everything you do or dating and all that stuff. Um, and get you guys situated, have a system, all that stuff for that, and then and go from there. So we're working on that. It's just my work schedule is very difficult in August. So I don't want to like start something and then not have the time to even enact it and all that stuff. So we're working on that. Let me see what else. There is a Substack podcast I just did about the salsa scene, very informative with one of the homies. I'll link it in the chat here if you guys want to check it out for you guys that are curious about the dance scene and um, how to break into it, how to move in the salsa scene and all that stuff. Let me see if I could put it in the chat for you guys. Yeah, we all need a system, man. And I just wrote about, hey, don't like how their system works. And the crazy thing, your system will work with all women. There's not one like you don't need to like, oh, cool, a black woman or an Asian woman or a white woman. I gotta change it up. No, it works on all women. Like my system has worked on all women. And honestly, some of the most beautiful women that I've ever dated. Like the two hottest women I ever dated was a Thai Cambodian woman, like pretty much insane body, like the face of Lucy Liu and the body of just like a black girl, right? Um, and then the other one was a Moldovan woman, very pretty, like extreme right wing Twitter's dream woman. She's Moldovan with the accent and all that stuff. Both very attractive women, and it was I ran the same system as whatever 5 out of 10 slump buster I was using at the time too. So all systems work all the time. The only time you need to step out of your system is if a woman's kind of like implying to you, like, "Hey, I want to go have sex." Like, "Hey, do you live around here?" Or, um, "Can I see your puppy?" When they invite themselves to your apartment, hey, system's over. You don't have to take her to second place. You don't have to whatever. Just hey, grab her hand, ask for the check, and get out of there. And that's it. She wants you to take the next step. So, um, uh, we'll talk. We'll talk. Whenever my Calendly set up and I figure out my work schedule for August, then you guys are welcome, right? I don't want to just give you like I know I give you guys a quick rundown, but if I'm gonna help somebody, I need to charge because I want only people that are trying to improve, and also I want to flesh it out as best I can for you guys' success. And if you guys want to take notes during our call, absolutely. So I may have done a show about it this year. I don't remember. I've done so many shows, but that's basically right. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for your time.